Hey, what's up guys, this is Sky, and in this video I'm going to show you how to dual boot between Arch Linux and Windows 10 in a beginner friendly way. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. My previous video had some issues, so I'm remaking this video with more detailed steps. So our first step is to download the Arch Linux ISO file. So open your web browser and go to its official website and download Arch Linux ISO file from there. After downloading Arch Linux file, we need to download Rufus to make our bootable USB. So go to its official website and download Rufus from there. So our next step is to make a bootable USB pen drive of Arch Linux. So insert your pen drive, which is at least 8 GB or more, and please make a backup of your pen drive. After that, open Rufus and select the ISO file which you just downloaded earlier. Select GPT and then click on Start. So our next step is to allocate free space for our Arch Linux. So right click on the start menu and select disk management. Now click on any local disk and click on shrink volume and give it a space of at least 30 GB. I'm going to give it 40 GB and then click on shrink. Now we need to boot into our BIOS menu and disable secure boot. To boot into BIOS menu, press F2 key while your computer is turning on. Go to the security tab and then disable secure boot, and in some BIOS menu you need to set administration password to disable secure boot. After that, press F10 on your keyboard to save and exit BIOS setup. Now while your computer is turning on, press either escape key or F12 key to enter boot menu and select USB option from that menu, and it will boot into Arch Linux setup. So finally we are booted into the command line interface of Arch Linux. So first things, we need to make sure that we are connected to the internet. So if you are using Ethernet connection, then you are already good to go, but if you are using Wi-Fi connection, then you need to use these commands to connect to a Wi-Fi network. So follow me. Type iwctl to enter Wi-Fi interface, and then type device list to show your network adapters. Mine is named WLAN0, yours may be different. And then type station, your device name, which is WLAN0, and then space scan to scan Wi-Fi networks around your area, and then type station WLAN0 get networks to show the name of the Wi-Fi networks around your area, and then type station WLAN0 connect and connect to your Wi-Fi network. Mine is Dracula. So after that, you need to type your Wi-Fi password as well. And to check if we are connected to this Wi-Fi network, type station WLAN0 show. As you can see, I am successfully connected to my Wi-Fi network. So after that, you need to type QUIT to exit out of this Wi-Fi interface. All the commands which I used to install Arch Linux are shown on the screen, and they are also given on the description box below, so please check them out. Now we need to make sure our Linux syncs times with our hardware clock, so use this command timedatectl set-ntp true. Now we have the partition, the free space which we created earlier. So type fdisk-l to see your device block number. As you can see, mine is NVMe0N1, but yours might be SDA. Now type cfdisk/dev/ your device block number. Mine is /dev/NVMe0N1, but yours might be /dev/SDA or /dev/SDB. Now go to the free space and select new, type 300M and press enter. Now it will be created at the bottom. Now go to the bottom and select the type as EFI system. Now highlight free space again and select new. This time give it all the size and leave the file system as Linux file system. Now you need to note the block number of these newly created partitions. Mine is /dev/NVMe0N1P7 for EFI and /dev/NVMe0N1P8 for root partition, but yours may be /dev/SDA something, so please note that. After that, select write and type yes to write the changes and select quit to exit cfdisk. Now our next step is to format these newly created partitions. So we have to format EFI partition as FAT32 and Linux file system partition as ext4. So type mkfs.fat -f32/dev/ your EFI partition block number. Now to format root partition, type mkfs.ext4/dev/ your root partition block number. Now we need to mount these partitions. So in order to mount them, type mount /dev/ your root partition block number, which we just created earlier, /mnt. Now we need to mount our boot partition, which we just created earlier. So for that we need to create a folder to mount boot partition. So type mkdir /mnt/boot. Now type mmount /dev/ your EFI block number /mnt/boot. Now we are going to install base Arch Linux system. So for that, type pacstrap /mnt base-devel linux headers linux-firmware nano and press enter. It will take some time to download it, so I'm going to fast forward the video. After installation, we need to generate Fstab file of the installation. So in order to do that, just type this following command. Now we need to enter our installed Arch system, which is also known as chroot. So to do that, type this following command: arch-chroot/mnt. Now we need to set our time zone for our art system. So to do that, type ln-sf/usr/share/zone-info and press tab to see your country. After typing your country, press tab again to see your city, and after typing your city, press space and /etc/local time and press enter. Now type this command to sync your clock. Now we need to set language for our art system. So type nano/etc/local.gen. Now find this line which is shown on the screen and uncomment this line by removing the hash in front of it. After that, press Ctrl+O to save the file and press Ctrl+exit to exit out of nano. Now type local-gen. Now type this following command to set up our new language. Now to set up our hostname, type echo and give a hostname. I'm going to give it arch, and then type > symbol /etc/hostname and press enter. After that, type nano/etc/hosts, and inside that file you need to add some lines. So add the lines which are shown on the screen, and after that press Ctrl+O to save and Ctrl+X to exit. Now we are going to install network and Bluetooth drivers. So type this following command: pacman-s network manager network-manager-applet intel-u code, and if you have AMD CPU then replace Intel with AMD. wireless_tools blues and blues-utils and press enter. Now type these following commands to enable network and Bluetooth on startup. Now we are going to set up our user on Arch Linux. So first of all, we need to set a password for our root user. So type passwd and enter your password for root user. Now after that, type user add -m space and type a username. I'm going to give it my username. After that, type passwd space your username and set up a password for your user. After that, we need to add the new user to the wheel group to execute sudo command. So type usermod -a -G space wheel space your username. After that, type this command nano/etc/sudoers and find the line which is %wheel all is equals to all and uncomment this line by removing the hash in front of it. After that, press Ctrl+O to save and Ctrl+X to exit. Now we are going to install bootloader for our Arch system. So for that, type pacman-s grub space efibootmgr space os-prober and press enter. After that, install grub using this command, which is shown on the screen. After that, we are going to generate a grub config file. So type this command on the screen to generate a config file. And sometimes it may not detect Windows bootloader, so we are going to fix that. As you can see, it did not detect my Windows 10 EFI partition. So we need to create a directory to mount Windows partition. So type mkdir/mnt/windows and now type fdisk-l to see our Windows partition. It is usually the first EFI partition, which in my case it is /dev/nvme0n1p1. Yours may be different and you need to note this block number. Now you need to type mount/dev/ your Windows 10 EFI block number and then /mnt/windows. Now type os-prober and then type nano/etc/default/grub. And now you need to add this line anywhere in the file. After that, press Ctrl+O to save and Ctrl+X to exit. And now you need to generate the grub config file again using this command. Now we are going to install display drivers for our Arch system. So type pacman-s space xorg, and if you have NVIDIA graphics card, then you need to also add these NVIDIA space NVIDIA utils space NVIDIA settings. Now we are going to install audio drivers for Arch Linux, so type pacman-s pulse audio space pulse audio -alsa and space alsa-utils. Now we are going to install a desktop environment and some other required softwares. For this video I'm going to install GNOME as it is easy to install and configure. Now we need to enable GNOME lock screen GDM during system startup, so type systemctl enable GDM. Now type exit to exit the chroot and type reboot to reboot the system, and while your computer is starting press F2 key to enter BIOS setup and change the boot priority order to make sure that Arch Linux grub is on the top. Now as you can see, every time we start our computer we get this menu to choose between operating system. For now I'm going to choose Arch Linux to see if the Arch Linux is installed correctly and we are able to use it. As you can see, we have successfully installed Arch Linux and it is working properly as expected. Now let's reboot and try to boot into Windows to see if our Windows is working properly or not. As you can see, we are also able to boot into Windows and Windows is also working fine. So that's it for the video guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video and found this video helpful, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.